Hello there, Postarians. It's me, Beach. Here I am on the 16th Street Mall. I'm dressed in some of my winter clothing, though without anything on top, to my chagrin, my own embarrassment. But it is so cold on the mall that very few people are here, and I doubt that any preachers are to be found today. But let's go check it out. Here's a thing. So, it was last week, the Ecclesia, they went down to, the Los Angeles area, and so, I can't help but picture the alternate universe where I didn't get a job and, sell away my time to a corporation and instead donated it to this channel, and how I definitely would have gone with them and had a really, really good time. And so, you make your decisions and then there's nothing to do but regret them, you know what I mean? These everything might feel like you're making a mistake, but that's the beauty, is these are your mistakes to make, it's your turn. Not try to make mistakes, but, everyone does. And you're allowed yours, just as everyone else was. So, Oh, it's very cold, though. I might not even sermonize too much to you guys, you Pastafarians. But, we'll talk a little bit about the Christmas decorations going up here. It's still 2 weeks from Thanksgiving, I think. So, I guess I've heard of worse, but for Thanksgiving being such an American holiday, Americans really are excited to skip it, just move on to the next one. And not even put up anything turkey related. They're just like, let's call them the cold holidays and they'll be practically the same. I was like, all right. Double Christmases, eh? So yeah, man, even Colorful Colorado is all like, don't loot these very important souvenirs and collectibles because Trump won or whatever. Because I think that's the point, it was the cynics putting it up because they were afraid that people would be so mad that Trump got re-elected that they'd break everything. Hey, do pardon me. Sorry about that. Hey, this is a new device. What do you guys think about the camera? How is it? Oh, and that's right, on this device, let's see. Oh jeez, my fucking fingers are so cold. Oh, I gotta put I've got a case on it, but it needs to have a back thing. And so this is just a phone. I upgraded my phone from whatever one I had. You probably know because you can get it out of the metadata, because I'm so fucking meta. And now I've got this one. So, compare and contrast if you want to know the answers to these questions. Hey, look what's happening still in Denver. Some fucking live music here. Anyway, here's what I'm saying. No one's here to have a conversation with me. Oh, wait a minute, I turned it around. I'm looking at the wrong thing. I didn't even mean to do that. That was unintentional. Sorry. I wanted it to be about me. I don't know why it wasn't looking at me. So this is happening in Denver. I don't know what's going on with you there, but we've got some fucking cool live music here. Free live music. Why don't you get down here and donate to these young musicians? Look, they're obviously enjoying it. Alright, I'll go try to sell some food. Send the proceeds to these young men. Oh shit, you know what I didn't even do is start recording this. So after I finish this stream here, I'll record some of this conversations I might find here on the mall. Let me turn this around here. Oh, my fingers are so cold. Oh! Look at that. I just twisted my foot right there. Feels so silly. Kind of grown-ass man. Still has difficulties walking. But I think is the only thing going on downtown, which is great, Australians. Like, it used to be that this place was rife with street preachers screaming about the evil God, and now we just have this. See if we can make some money here. Oh, throwing things all over. There we go. It is so cold out here. Sorry, Pastor. It's disgusting. Oh, the inside of my mask right here is so embarrassing. Speaking of which, I've got to go buy another mask today for work. I've been using the same one for far too long. And I'm reflecting on the idea that I really want this one to not feel like I'm wearing panties on my face all day. You know, sort of is a weird part of this, is strapping very satiny or poly. I don't know, just makes it feel weird, eh? You know what I'm talking about? Like this is a handkerchief. The other one that I have and it's got that pocket, you know, like panties have, you know? Like that double layer, the one that I'm using. So I really need to find a set that doesn't hit me right in my panties kink, you know? Oh, my fingers are so cold. So anyway, Pastafarians, I guess I could sermonize at you. There's not much going on. I mean, I've been working all week, so, you know, haven't really had a chance to prepare too many sermons. I have been thinking a lot about the Olympics, you know. We know where the Olympics were held. Like, we found the location, and they dug it up. Like, from what I understand, it's covered. If I'm understanding this correctly. But we found the place where they held the Olympic Games for like 1,000 years in a row. Well, not years, but like 1,000, I guess 250 Olympiads in a row. And you can go there. Hey, we should do the calculations and see when the next one would have been if their counting had continued. And then who's ever there on that day runs that shit the fastest gets to, cut down the olive branches, right? And I was thinking about it and how every city roundabouts loved the idea of the Olympics, and it really united these people as Greeks. And in fact, that might be what the Greeks did the best, is make friends of enemies. You can tell the story a lot of ways, but they were one of the first groups to stop thinking of themselves as city-states and think of themselves as a nation, or an empire of kings. Not the first, pardon me, but one of the first. And it's very early in their poetry, because their mythology is about coming together as an empire. That's what the Troy stuff is about. Look at all this. This is where one of those things is. I guess it's not here right now. Look right there. I do wonder why. So what is all this, Oh my gosh, I'm so cold right now. My apologies, Posifarians. It's not even snowing, I think. But, so their mythology is about overcoming this city-state state of mind and growing up into a nation or a league of cities, and deciding that your neighbors are practically your brothers, and that we all should think of ourselves as Greeks instead of Athenians or Spartans. And it shows in the way that their gods were able to meet each other at Mount Olympus. Until that time, we sort of thought of ideas or gods as protectors of locations, that the tribes were sort of starting these nation states and they were the gods of the cities, in much the same way as you could say I can't even think of any sports teams. Los Angeles, they have a team, the Dodgers, right? So what did that have to do with anything? I had to retrieve so far into my memory that I forgot what my lecture was about, Pastor Ryan's. But it's about these cities coming together. That the gods were location based. In fact, Athens had their god as Athena, right? It's right there in the name, right? So these local gods were able to join together, and the 12 of them exist on Olympus together, and have conversations instead of fights or wars, because conversations are fights, but they're not blood sport, right? So their gods joined together and had conversations. And in fact, if you look at one of their gods, if you look at Dionysus, and sort of when he was developed very late in the system of coagulating these gods into a pantheon. Yeah, that's the word. And so he was the Dionysus, the god of wine, the god of festivities, god of being drunk. He's definitely the flying spaghetti monster, sort of trying to make himself known to these people Of course, it takes satire to do that. They've had to have sort of a bad idea that the flying spaghetti monster illuminates with his presence so that we can see it better. Anyway, there's many, many, many more sermons to be found in my books, but that's all I can do today because my fingers are freezing. Anyway, Postarians, if you see some street preachers down here at 16th Street Mall tomorrow, I might be able to come down. Do tweet it to me. Check the live cameras and everything and see if anyone's preaching out here. I'd love to see the Black Hebrew Israelites that preach down that way. They preached yesterday. GMS, I think, is the name of that group. GMS Denver, if you want to go see some of their work. I'd like to interact with them, but I just never can catch them while they're out. Just schedules conflict. So if you see them, please do tweet at me to have a conversation with them. If you see anybody preaching lies and hatred out here on the streets, please do let me know. I'll try to get there and oppose them with truth and patience. See you real soon, Pastafarians.